Hello there children, it's Mr. P here. I hope this video finds you well. I wonder if you've been doing learning at home using things like Education City, TT Rockstars, Numbots, Discovery Education. I really hope so. Try and do things to keep your clever brains ticking along until we get back to school. I had an idea. I've been really enjoying telling you stories. And one of the things I think is most tricky to practice at home is your writing. So I'm going to now set you a weekly writing challenge, and it's going to be based on a story that I tell you. Those challenges will be aimed at children in robins, wrens and redwings, all the way up to you kites, kestrels and kingfishers. So I want everybody to be involved. And I want you to tweet me the work you do at Clive the Crane, or your mums and dads can email it to me. See if you can impress me. Now for this first story writing challenge, we're going to read this book. It's called Tuesday, and I really hope you enjoy it. But I want to give you a little clue about why this book is a little bit different. As we begin this story, I want you to make sure your eyes are ready and working, and maybe not so much your ears. So sit comfortably, get ready, and we're going to enjoy together Tuesday. Tuesday evening around 8. Mm. Eleven 21 p.m. Oh dear. Four 38 a.m. next Tuesday, 7:58 p.m. Look carefully. I wonder if you noticed what was interesting about that storybook. There were very few words, just wonderful pictures, and they told a story. So, here are your writing challenges. So my first challenge is to robins, wrens and redwings. I would like you, on a big piece of paper, to draw some thought bubbles and some speech bubbles. And I want you to have a think. If this author used more words in their story, what would the characters be thinking or saying? What would this person be thinking? Can you see what's here? Have a think and write it down. What would the dog be saying? I wonder if you noticed him being chased. Oh my goodness me, what would he be thinking or saying? What would the policeman be thinking or saying? I wonder if you can write some nice words and sentences. You might want to ask a grown-up to write it first and you copy it separately. You might want to ask them to write it in a yellow pen and you write over it and they help you form your letters. I'm going to write something which I think the dog would say, and I'm going to use really neat writing. I'm going to hold my pen or pencil correctly and I'm going to try my best. I think the dog would say, "Oh no! Oh no!" I've got a finger space. Well done, Mr. P. Send me a picture of your writing. Good luck. Okay, my next challenge is for year 1 and 2. You're going to use your learning power of imagination and you're going to imagine that you are one of the toads in the story. How did you feel? You're going to write a diary entry and I want you to write how you felt. They looked a bit surprised, didn't they? Like they didn't know it was going to happen. Maybe you could recount some of the things you did. Did you watch TV as the old lady slept in her chair? Were you happy when you got to chase the dog? Have a think about what you want to write and do it in a diary. Dear Diary. I'm going to give your parents some tips on things I'd like to see in your writing. I want you to say your sentences before you write them. If you say a sentence and then write it, it will make more sense. I want you to use full stops at the end of your sentences when you take a breath. I want your grown-ups to ask you to reread your writing, to listen for the full stops. They mustn't tell you where they go. I wonder if you could use an exclamation mark for when your sentences are really exciting. If you're in year 2, could you put a question in your diary as the frog? I wonder if you could. What was happening? I didn't know! Exclamation mark. Try and use adjectives to describe. What was the lily pad you were sitting on like? What did the city beneath you, the town and the houses look like? There's some really good tips. And try and reread your writing at the end to check it makes sense. Use the video previously to look at the story again as you write out your diary as one of those cheeky toads. Okay, year 3 and 4. Your challenge is this. You're going to imagine you are this man. And at 11:21 p.m. you sent something, didn't you? And later in the story, I don't know if you noticed, there he is, explaining what he saw. I wonder what he said. What I want you to do is write down a statement that the man will give to the press or the police about what he saw, thought, felt, wondered, what he sensed as well. And maybe he did look out of the window. That's up to you. I want you to do a really nice descriptive piece of writing as this man. Here's some things I want you to think about in your writing. Saying your sentences before you write them. I wonder if you could use paragraphs when there's a change of topic, place or time. Definitely full stops and capital letters accurately. You must use exclamation marks. What an exciting thing to recount. Maybe you could ask a question in your writing. Commas in lists. So maybe if you describe something and use two adjectives, you could put a comma in between them, or a comma for a pause. Can you use apostrophes for contracted words like can't, wouldn't, shouldn't? I couldn't believe what I saw. Make sure you proofread your writing. Proofreading means you reread it aloud to check it makes sense and you make improvements to it. Here's a challenge for you. If your writing is really, really good, I want you to practice saying it and I want you to pretend that you are that man. And that's what I want to see. As well as your writing, a little film of you pretending to be the man. Good luck year 3 and 4. I expect some really good things, please. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you're clear on your writing challenges. Have a really good go. Get your pencils out, get your imagination brains working and do some really good writing. Thanks, children.